In January 1948, two young airmen, Jack Hemmings and Stuart King, set off on an epic flight to Africa.
Here we go, life jackets.
That was Marseille.
Little did they know that the film they shot of their adventure would prove to be a historical document. Nor did they know that their expedition, the first flight of the Mission Aviation Fellowship, would sow the seeds of a large international organisation.
MAF today is a wonderful global organisation. You know, I'm amazed to see what God has done. It's beyond belief, humanly speaking. I first heard about MAF while I was still in the Air Force, and at that stage, it was 1945, we were up in northern Germany, and I was sent a cutting by my mother, actually, of someone who had written an article about the idea of using planes for peace instead of for war, for bringing life and hope instead of death and destruction.
My connection came when I was out in India, and an airman on the station came up to me one day and said, "You might be interested in this." And it was a copy of the Mildmay magazine, and they had just a little paragraph at the bottom saying that a chap called Murray Kendon was talking about launching some sort of a Christian air arm, as it were, and that was all it said. So when I got back to the UK, I went along to MAF and said, "Tell me all about it."
Murray Kendon was the person who had come up with this idea. First of all, he was a New Zealand pilot flying with Coastal Command in the RAF during the war.
He reckons that while spending these hours over the grey water of the Atlantic, he formed the vision of using aeroplanes for good rather than to destroy.
And he saw the opportunity, if small planes could be used to reach into distant, remote, inaccessible places, that this could be a blessing to thousands upon thousands.
The first flight of MAF very nearly didn't happen at all.
The day came for us to leave, 13th of January 1948, and we were at Croydon with the plane ready to go.
On the very morning of leaving Croydon, I remember being very flustered because the weather was bad.
It was pouring with rain, absolutely drenching, and a 60-mile-an-hour gale was blowing.
Looking at it from today's point of view, I wouldn't have gone, but we'd got a party there to see us off, and other people were expecting us, so we went.
After thousands of miles and nearly a month of flying, their adventures were only just beginning. As the organisation grew from its small roots in the 50s to encompass more countries in the 60s and 70s, more pilots and support staff began to arrive, many bringing families with them. Now MAF has grown further and faster than its early pioneers could ever have imagined.
People often ask me, did I realise how much MAF would grow in later years? And I always give them the same answer: no, we were too busy getting on with what was on our plate then.